Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Semoskiy Winter, like all the games that we're going to be having today. Our heroes today are going to be VindicareX, playing for the Germans this time around, and his opponent is going to be Raz, playing for the Soviets. So once again, this is from the Sunday Night Fights Qualifier 3, round of 16 this time around, tournament. Make sure that you go check out CoH2.org, the host of the tournament, on Facebook. I will put a link in the description so you can, drop by, leave a like, and show your support. So anyways, let's see a little thing, or a little bit, not a little thing, a little bit about the players. VindicareX, very well-known player, very high up there. His current German play is ranked 14. And his opponent, no scrub at all, is Raz, ranked 47th for his Soviet play. Now we see Vindicare going for the Osttruppen Doctrine right off the bat, so, well, surprisingly enough, he gets Osttruppen. But he does go for an interesting strategy option there. It is the going for tier 1 anyways and getting Grenadiers. So he wants some Osttruppens on the field just to cap, but he does want to have some type of fighting force on the field in the form of Grenadiers, which are currently heading into the center. For Raz, we see him getting conscripts and probably going to be dropping a little bit to get those Molotovs out right now. Down in the southern field, we see the combat engineers getting that fuel point and jumping into the house, denying it to the Osttruppen. The Osttruppen lose one man to the combat engineers and just move over to the right-hand side, capturing the strategic point, and probably going to move to the far right to capture both the victory point and the munitions. Center map, we see the Grenadiers jumping into the house. No, actually, these are Osttruppen. Where are the Grenadiers? Grenadiers are a little bit back. Okay, so the Osttruppen jump into the church. The church, very strong position. Osttruppen, not very good at fighting, but very good at taking positioning houses and being very annoying and hard to dislodge. So, shots all over the place. We see conscripts pushing up to the northern fuel. Pioneers trying to cap the point. They will not be able to cap it before the conscripts move in to stop it. There they go. And they will be forced off. Osttruppen over here in the house are trying as much as they can to support the Pios. They jump out of the house but are now running into another conscript squad. Wait, no, actually they're not. There's a conscript squad down south. So they just move and are going to go capture this other point. While the Pios are getting slaughtered by the conscripts, down to 2 men, but a Grenadier squad moves in and is now going to force away that conscript squad for Raz. And there it goes. So very nice victory there for Vindicare. Didn't kill anything, but allowed him to flush stuff out. Also, interestingly enough, we see a mortar coming out for VindicareX, currently set up in the exit of his base, taking some shots at the conscripts. It is a very interesting choice, and I mean, not a bad one by any means, because, I mean, think about it. You put your Osttruppens in houses, delaying, so the conscripts can sit around shooting at them, and the mortar can take some shots at them. So, it's an okay, mind game thing. Well, I don't know how to say it, but whatever. It's an interesting strategy, regardless. MG42 now coming out for VindicareX. That is his, third unit out of tier 1. So he has 4 Osttruppens and 3 tier 1 units, so that is quite a heavy investment, but not as much as it seems. We do see, however, tier 1 already down for Raz, and he's getting himself scout cars, 2 actually queued up. 1 is building currently, and he's going to be hitting the field in a couple seconds. Does he have the combat engineers with flamethrowers? Probably. Combat engineers are 2, so he's going to be able to field both scout cars. And there it goes, first scout car on the field, heading straight into the center, and we don't have any combat engineers nearby with flamethrowers. A little bit unfortunate, but one of them is set up in the house, and the other is set up in this exit house. There it goes. That one does have a flamethrower. Scout car comes in to pick it up, and it's going to go on a harassing spree. Osttruppens, however, you do have to be careful with them because they have the ability to Faust. However, they die very quickly, so it's still a very nice idea to go towards them. So Osttruppen in the house, going to get burned alive by the flamethrower. There it goes. Down to 3, exit the church, and are they actually going to retreat? No, it looks like it's just waddling through the snow. MG42 opening up on the combat engineers in the house, the mortar as well. Engineer jumps out of the building and retreats, but the MG42 is shooting at him. Can he make it out alive? The Osttruppen retreat as well, so that engineer is barely going to make it out alive. Nice little flank there by these conscripts on the MG42, but the mortar is wrecking those conscripts. Mortar already up to 3 kills, and about halfway to veteran C2. I mean, veteran C1. Pios and the men on the MG42 are doing quite a bit of damage to the conscripts. The conscripts are now retreating through the arc of fire of the MG42. Down to one man on the retreat. Can he make it out alive? A second conscript squad Uras into the line of fire and barely saves its member. Mortar continues to shoot freely, and conscript set position in the house. Up north, Osttruppen is just moving around, capping points. The scout car is going around on a harassive spree. The Osttruppen will run into it and throw a Faust. They are in range. Can they get the Faust off? They don't, actually. Down to 3 men. They will die, actually. Yeah, I think this Osttruppen squad is dead. There goes the Faust. Hits retreat, but I don't think it's going to be enough for that last man to make it out alive. Combat engineers jump out of the car and are dancing around. Scout car takes a couple extra shots, but wow, the Osttruppen barely makes it out alive. Very lucky there for Vindicare. He did lose his grenadier spots in an engagement, however, so he is down a combat troop, but keeping that Osttruppen alive is actually quite nice for him in that situation. Scout car did take a Faust to the face, but the combat engineers are still there. They're going to repair it, and it'll be on its way to harass even further. Second scout car back at base, now getting equipped with another grenadier squad. I mean, not grenadier, combat engineer squad. And the Osttruppen are 4 men. They're going to run straight into the scout car. They're going to throw off a Faust, but the flamethrower goes off. And look at that damage go down. Ooh, actually kills the entire Osttruppen squad. No Faust actually gets triggered, and very unfortunate loss there for Vindicare. Vindicare did tech up the tier 2 and is getting himself a German scout car, the 222, or well, 221. Can upgrade with the 222. And he probably will, considering that there are 2 scout cars on the field for it to hunt. Right-hand side, Osttruppen just capturing. Center map, MG42 opening up in the house. The conscript still taking possession. And the Osttruppen just getting slaughtered trying to capture the point, down to 2 men, but a second squad moves in to relieve them and will allow him to connect. Well, actually not going to connect anything. Will allow him to capture, but just connects this point over here on the left-hand side, not much else. Scout car on the right-hand side goes against the Osttruppen. The Osttruppen will throw a Faust. A little bit of a risky maneuver. Down to 2 men. Needs to retreat. Does retreat down to 1 man, but gets executed. That is the unfortunate case of the scout car. But the German scout car now on the field getting upgraded. No, actually not even getting upgraded. Not enough munitions for it. Needs 30 more. But with its main gun, it will be able to clear out the Soviet scout car quite easily. And the flamethrower on those combat engineers is not really going to do much. Scout car gets abandoned for Raz. German scout car decides to finish it off. Flamethrower still going to town. Conscripts moving up, will be able to throw an 18-8 on that scout car if they have any. Doesn't look like they have any just yet, so probably being researched right now for Raz. And the combat engineer is getting caught by the scout car. Can the scout car finish it off? Yes, he does. Very nice. And now down to about 25% health. Reverses through the river and makes it back home. Quite alive, so very nice victory there for VindicareX, skidding through the ice, doing a little bit of donuts almost, and the mortar just continues to fire gleefully at the victory point. Center map, Osttruppen pushing forward, Raz pretty much in control of most of the map. Well, he is building tier 3 now, so tier 1, tier 3, a little bit of a gamble, but, well, we'll see if it works out. He did get himself his Doctrine, and that is the guard rifle combined arms tactics, so he's probably going to be getting himself his guard rifle just to counter that German scout car. And the second Soviet scout car goes down right in between the Panzer Grenadiers and Pios, trying to flame him alive. Took a lot of damage. German scout car moved in to support, and down goes the combat engineer as well. So heavy losses there for Raz all around. He did build a third combat engineer simply to be able to build his tier 3. But he does not have enough fuel currently to build anything from tier 3. MG42 set up in the car, manages to pin down the conscripts with PPSA just on the southern side, but another one moves in right in front of his arc of fire, gets on top of that MG42, down to 2 men. Needs to retreat it, but I think he is going to lose that MG42, quite unfortunately. Hits retreat, packs up, picks up the weapon, runs, and can he make it out alive? There is a PPSH equipped conscript in the way. Will they shoot at the MG42 or the mortar? The mortar packs up as well, down to 3 men. Probably down to 2 before they get out of there. And down to 2, there it goes. But wow, most of them make it out alive. Very lucky there for Vindicare. Panzer Grenadiers pushes forward, slaughters that conscript squad down to 2 men. Is not going to throw a bundle late. He is only facing 2 men anyway, so he is very confident with that. And the scout car is now fully reinforced, fully repaired. Takes an 18-8 to the face. Takes about more than half health damage. And the conscript squad in the house gets eliminated. Second conscript squad goes down. And now Raz is in a very awkward position where he doesn't have anything. He has a combat engineer, a conscript, and is producing a T-70. That T-70, however, is going to be quite brutal. There are 2 Panzer Grenadiers on the field right now with no Shreks that can very easily get taken out by that T-70. The scout car is currently damaged, needs to get repaired. If it upgrades to a 222, it can poke in and do some damage to the T-70, but the T-70 most of the time can take it out without really any issues. And really the only big threat are the Osttruppen if they can get a Faust off, but the T-70 will kill them pretty much 1 per shot because of their very low health. You can see right here, Osttruppen actually ended up picking up the LMG from their fallen comrades, the Grenadiers, but now down to 2 men, getting forced away. But yeah, they barely make it out alive because another Osttruppen was moving up, and the threat of the Faust is, well, just that, threat, so he didn't want to take that chance.
Pioneers awaiting orders.
No additional tech now for Vindicare. He is gonna stay with Tier 2. Another conscript squad getting produced for Raz. And there goes the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers getting harassed by the T-70. Down goes one of the Panzer Grenadiers, but the rest of them will probably make it out alive. T-70 will not be able to pursue because of the snow. He's gonna get caught, and they'll make it out alive. So very lucky there. More infantry poking into the center. These are all Osttruppen with support weapons just behind them. Another scout car for Raz that we saw him was producing. More flamethrowers trying to harass those Osttruppen and clear them out. It's a very nice tactic. It is very easy and quick to get rid of Osttruppen. There goes Panzer Shreks getting equipped on the Panzer Grenadiers. Throw a volley off on the T-70 and brings it down to about 25% health, forcing it to back off and get some repairs or use its ability to repair itself. The only engineer is in the scout car, so that makes it a little bit of an awkward situation for Raz. He has to retreat both units, even though he, hasn't suffered really any damage on his own scout car. German scout car over here on the left-hand side. It's about to get Veterancy 2. At Veterancy 2, it no longer gets that defensive bonus like we talked about. It is going to be getting some bonuses, but they are more, I guess you could say, offensive. It gets 30% sight range and 30% accuracy. So, it becomes a scout car essentially, and just, deadlier with its gun. But the conscript will be able to finish it off because, like I said, no defensive bonuses. Makes it a very quick kill. And there we go. So scout car down for Vindicare. He's getting himself another Pioneer squad, and probably going to build something with that Pioneer, I would assume. Center map, we see conscripts and Panzer Grenadiers just duking it out from house to house. Shreks and mortars doing quite a bit of damage to both the house and the units inside. Down goes 2 conscripts to a mortar shot, and the Shreks continue to wreck the house, now down to about 30% health left on that house itself. Tier 3 getting produced with the piles that just got produced by Vindicare, or called in, that is. So yeah, well, I assumed that. But yeah, T-70 still on the field, finally getting repaired. It is fully repaired, but not hitting the field right now. I guess Raz is waiting for something. He is producing a T-34. We'll have a little bit more punch into the field. Trenches getting laid down by Vindicare. Why not? I mean, they don't really cost anything. You can lay them down at any point. But yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was actually the case, but cool. And it's a nice squad to use it with because that is an LMG equipped squad, so it will be able to withstand and force away a lot of stuff. Scout car pushing into the center. Panzer Grenadiers had 2 men getting burned alive by the combat engineers in the house. This scout car as well has another flamethrower equipped combat engineer doing quite a bit of damage to the Panzer Grenadiers, but they make it out alive. MG42 and the LMG on the Osttruppen burn that scout car down very quickly. Osttruppen jump out, throw a Faust off on the T-70, and this puts Vindicare in a very good position. The MG42 is forced to back off, now getting Veterancy 2. I believe it popped its incendiary round, so that's how it killed that scout car very quickly. And the combat engineers barely make it out alive, while the other ones get burned alive inside the church after their flamethrower ignited. The mortar, however, did get cleared out from VindicareX, which is quite unfortunate, but that T-70 is currently with heavy engine damage in the center of the field, which means it is easy pickings for anything. Does pop its own repair, the crew repair, trying to get itself back in shape, but I'm not sure if it's going to be able to fully repair itself. T-34 hits the field, the Osttruppen get surprised by it and get executed. Unfortunately, Vindicare now only now hits retreat. Thankfully for him, the T-34 was a little bit confused because of the shrubbery, and it makes it out alive. Very lucky there. T-70 currently in the center of the map, just sitting there. Panzer Grenadiers push up and throw a nice volley at the T-70, and down goes the T-70. So, like I said, easy pickings there with the damaged engine, or destroyed almost engine. And the Panzer Grenadiers back off once again. So Vindicare very low in manpower, not able to keep all his squads in full order. Panzer Grenadiers were sent out at 3 men, but I'm pretty sure he sent it out because he knew of the T-70 that was damaged. So, yeah, there you see. He did reinforce them, but he didn't. He sent them out before the reinforced man came out. That's why when he retreated, as soon as he got back to base, 1 man popped. So MG42 and Osttruppen and Pios pushing forward into the center of the map, getting their cutoff point once again. And the mortar still on the field, hasn't gotten picked up by Raz, so Vindicare could pick that up again for himself. Left-hand side, Panzer Grenadiers forced away by the T-34. And a Panzer IV is now on the field for Vindicare. That gives him pretty much the edge here against the T-34, since Raz did not go for any Doctrine with marked vehicle. The T-34 cannot, I mean, unless very lucky RNG, he cannot hope to actually take the Panzer IV on a one-on-one. Conscripts, however, Ura forward and will get in range to throw an 18. They do get the crit. They do get the crit on the engine. So that is going to force that Panzer IV to back off. And that is actually, that's just standard engine damage. I saw the fire and I thought it might have been heavy, but no. T-34 is down south, forcing away a Pioneer squad. The Pioneer squad retreats really with no opposition because it can't do anything, and Vindicare needs those Pios up north to be able to repair those that Panzer IV's engine. So he's I don't think he's very reluctant to retreat and try to capture a point. So Panzer Grenadiers with the Shreks now running over to the right-hand side. They know the T-34 is around there, so they want to catch it and get some damage off on it, maybe even kill it if it's not careful. But the T-34 retreats, heads back to the fuel point to defend it, and the Panzer Grenadiers are going to the right-hand side, supported by an Osttruppen squad that can Faust. So, nice combination there. Osttruppens at Veterancy 2, I believe they get the same veterancy bonuses as Grenadiers. They get 40% accuracy and 25%... oh, actually, no. It's a 25% recharge reduction. So, it's not a range increase on the Faust, it's a reduction on how often they can cast it. So, similar, but not quite. The accuracy is still the same, however. So this LMG guys in the trench are going to benefit from that accuracy quite a bit, especially with LMG. MG42 taking some shots at the conscripts in this house, and the guards are back there, just taking some shots at the trench, doing a lot of damage. Faust, Panzer Shreks, go off, doing a lot of damage to that T-34. T-34 now down to about half health. The Panzer IV now fully repaired, is heading straight into the center. Is it going to go hunt that T-34? Might very well do so. The guards rifle, however, are in the way and have not gotten cleared out. The MG42 still shooting at the house. Conscripts now down to 2 men. And the Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks are now pushing forward. The T-34 notices the Shreks pushing at him, and Vindicare is gonna, oh my god, he executes that conscript squad on the retreat. It's a very nice pickup there for Vindicare. He actually goes for the cutoff point, forcing that T-34 to either respawn, or he's gonna lose his resources on the left-hand side. Guards rifle forced to retreat in the face of everything, and down to 4 men on the retreat. And we now have a second T-34 coming up, but it is going to have to run straight through the Panzer Shreks. The Panzer Shreks turn around and are going to throw off. There goes a volley, 1 hit, straight into the frontal armor of the T-34, does about 10% damage. And the point is captured for Vindicare, allowing him to cut off the resources on the left-hand side for Raz. Up in the north, the Panzer IV is moving around. T-34 getting repaired by the combat engineers, is now heading down south. They can notice that the Panzer IV was hunting it, and the Shreks are taking possession in that house. As the T-34s move forward, they will get shot quite easily by those Shreks. Right-hand side victory point, we see an engagement, conscripts and Pios. Pios now down to 1 man on the retreat, Veterancy 2. I don't think he's going to be able to survive, although there are only 2 conscripts left, but they are Veterancy 3. At Veterancy 3, on top of the 40% accuracy bonus that you got at Veterancy 2, I believe they get 20% accuracy more. No, I am incorrect. It's a 30% armor increase on Veterancy 3, 20% cooldown reduction, so they fire faster, and a 24% recharge reduction on the AT grenade for the conscripts. So, and Veteran C3, they do get, toughness bonus. Panzer Grenadiers jump out of the house and dodge that nade quite nicely. Down goes the PTRS rifle, and they're forced to retreat. The Panzer Grenadiers could pick up. No, they can't actually. Those two Shreks deny them. And a second guard rifle moves up, and we should be able to pick up that PTRS. Now with 3 PTRS rifles, these guards can do quite a decent amount of damage to that Panzer IV. Both T-34s now pushing in force against the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is a little bit outnumbered here. There's the second Panzer IV hitting the field, but this lone Panzer IV will die in the face of these T-34s and the guards rifle. Can the Shreks do some decent damage to the T-34? T-34 does go down to the Shreks. Very nice. And now it's a one-on-one fight with this T-34 and the Panzer IV. Faust is going to go off on the T-34. Can it get the crit? It does get the crit on the engine, and here comes the second Panzer IV. Panzer IV will be able to execute this T-34 quite easily. The Osttruppen are now down to 2 men. Needs to retreat. There goes on the retreat. Can they make it out alive? T-34 now focuses on the Panzer IV that is in front of its face. It gets buttoned by the guard, so this is a little bit unfortunate for Vindicare, but with the Panzer Grenadiers nearby, should be able to clear out those guards and break that. Although the mortar does the trick and actually lands on those guards. The guards are now retreating down to 2 men. A little bit of an even match here, but the Panzer IV will edge out. And there it goes. Gets behind the T-34. T-34 can't run away. Down to a sliver of health. 4 shots should finish it up. The Panzer IV gets brought down to about 30% health in the end. Oh, wow. That shot destroys the engine, but it allows the T-34 to get 4 shots off. Misses. Oh my god, this is pretty much a 5% bug all over again. Destroys the engine on the Panzer IV. This guy shoots and gets the engine destroyed. Finally, a last shot goes off from the Panzer IV, killing off the T-34, but with a destroyed engine, it can't actually move anywhere. Although, it looks like it's just a damaged engine. DP light machine gun gets dropped. The Panzer Grenadiers decide that they don't actually want that machine gun because they have their Storm Gewehr. Nice bundle lane right on top of the conscripts, down to 2 men. Even though they are veteran C2 and hitting the dirt, they take quite a bit of punishment, and the Panzer Grenadiers win that fight. Very nice. Veteran C2 for Grenadiers does provide them a defensive bonus, like they used to. It's a 40% armor increase and a 25% cooldown reduction, which means they shoot faster, and it's more noticeable on the Shreks because, you can fire Shreks off a lot more often. So very nice engagements there in the center. They all went in the, in VindicareX's favor. We now see Raz down to 2 guards rifled and a Vet 3 conscript squad. Lost all vehicles, and we see Vindicare just even getting a sniper on top of everything because of the manpower amount that he has. Panzer IV still on the field, getting repaired by those 2 Pios, getting back in full fighting gear or mode very quickly. Osttruppen push forward, and they pick up a DP light machine gun, giving them that extra firepower that they otherwise wouldn't have. Veteran C3 for Osttruppen gives them 40% armor, so they can take a little bit more punishment, and a 20% cooldown reduction, which means they shoot faster. So I believe this is probably the last engagement. Victory points, pretty much anybody's game, 388 to 424 for Raz, but Vindicare has so much on the field that I don't think Raz has anything left in him. He has T-34 cooking, but with the Panzer IV in the field, Shreks, and the ability to Faust, Raz decides, you know what, you're going to take round 1, and we will see you in round 2. So, very nice. Very good game by both players. I liked it a lot. VindicareX, quite an excellent player, and he did a very nice job. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.